of the National Unity Platform, First Lady, our Secretary General, Deputy President, our members of Parliament, the family, we condole you, ladies and gentlemen. I am not strong enough to say much today. I'm filled with emotion about this Lady Jole that I mainly found in the field because I had mobilization. Ladies and gentlemen, I have had the chance to visit Jole twice, but incidentally, whenever I could go there, the first time we went with Madame Zedriga, we couldn't access her, but we could watch her behind the glass. She couldn't shake, she couldn't do anything for herself, apart from being controlled by the machines. And each time I could leave the hospital, I could always imagine and think about this powerful woman who couldn't do anything at that moment. She couldn't even recognize us. Now that reminds us about this life we are living in. Whenever I could sit in the car traveling back to Kampala, I could resort back to her videos and watch what she was doing and what she could always say. I could always search for her life, you know, where she has been very participative in her political and the struggles life, and later on I could do phone videos when she's fighting for women emancipation. But I was very interested about the video which I watched when she was fighting for me when I was being brutalized in Chenjojo. This lady fought for me. I was about to be taken in that car, you remember, but she shouted and, you know, tried to fight a policewoman who was near her. Then they could hear her voice. Thank you very much, Madame Jole. Thank you very much, our Vice President. Ladies and gentlemen, I jotted down something here about her life. This lady here owned the struggle. She even made her home our office, our first office in the Western region, because we could always come here, even at night. She could welcome you. She could even suggest that you stay, you sleep, but I mean, we could, no, at the moment we couldn't trust her, but over time, the more time we dealt with her, she became our friend, she became our mother. Jole has been the mother in Inup. Thank you very much, Madam Jole. We're going to do, she will not be able to do it, given her the respect we gave her, but she could do it because she wanted to participate. Now, after getting annoyed for a while, she could call you again and ask you, Chairman, what can we do now? Now, I will never forget that question. What can we go? What can we do now? She could always catch up with our songs, mobilization songs, very fast, and turn them into Nyankole, and things could be, you know, communication would be right away taken to where it's supposed to be delivered. Thank you so much, Madame Jole. She has been, finally, she has died when she's a warrior in the trenches of National Unity Platform, and we know we can as well access her family. The family that supported us. I want to thank Dr. Philippa. I don't know that she's around. This young woman has been there for her mother. She left her work. She has been in there in the hospital. Whenever we went there, we could find her. Abanyabo never sebo. For no tuliba dugavu tetumanyi nnyo kukaba mu luzungu. Simanyi omanyi okukaba mu luzungu nga mufiiriddwa. Naye ffe tuteekaba mu nnimi zaffe ne tuwanjaga ne twegayira omutonzi atubeerera watuddizeewo abo abadde basingako. Kubanga omukyalo ono abadde wa mugaso nnyo. Nze yantaasako ekyenjojo eyo nga ngudde mu bazigwa abasajja batukubaagala tutta. N'akola omulimu nene nnyo era eddoboozi lye lyakola. bannange abantu ng'abantu bafunika jole nyabo wekitibwa neje ugenze tukusaba ogenda olwane olutalo mu nsi y'omwoyo naffe tetujja kuyiwa sebo tukwebaza Mr. President ne timu yonna bane mukubireko president ono mu ngalo si lwakuba mumanyi nnyo n'ebintu byonna byetukola tusinzira mu ye era ne tulwana olutalo twebaza be mupya ababeera buli kiseera ne mu mbeera efaananako bweti bino byonna tujja biyitamu mbakakasa sifa tusose mu struggle naye eryafa teryanjawulo it's one of its kind tugenda biyitamu era eggwanga tugenda dikyusa ate tukole ebintu nga byenkanankana ebiryankole ebiri e Buganda ebiri e Bukyoli ebuli wamwonna tuvola abantu nga bano ab'amaanyi tubasiibula mu kiseera kino era abanyaba namusaba n'ebigambo ebyo omukama abeere naawe gyoli gy'ogenze era akulamuze ekisa olw'akayimba tukutendereza Yesu Yesu oli mwana wandinga Yesu omusana gunaziza nebaza omulokozi twebaza nnyo Katonda waffe okutuwa bulamu bwa jjole kinajjukirwanga ti alwanye era ensi ejja mujjukira Yesu kutendereza Yesu Yesu oli mwana wandinga omusaayi gunaziza nebaza omulokozi. Because when I was told that police was being funny, I was in Buhwejo. I was not surprised, because you can imagine police is scared of her when she was leaving, but she even still scared of her when she's gone. But that's where we find ourselves. I have known her for a long time. We have struggled together. I have known her even during the days she was still in the NRM, but very progressive, until she realized that the bus was going nowhere and she jumped out of it and she never returned. We live on hope. Hope. Nawe dini tuzomu dini tugumiza mtu jiramani because of hope. Amasko muhina yitrukuza. It is that hope that gives us agamani na no struggle. Hope. Kumanya struggle je indumu hinahe kuntwara. Otherwise, without hope, ebi bitukuraba mbe bigumerebi. No hamani no biruga. But the hope, no family, no church, no politics, it is that hope. It is hope that comforts us, the family and us, the mourners here, that we know where she is going. And I know without any doubt, Wamana gabe ine hatobi yazo mu iguru yaza kugenda koresa mana go nangwa turuhanga ya muhika hii. Now that she is closer to God, the struggle will continue even there. Amugambira to ko hina rugana asigaye bizibu na asigaye government etarho kunkechere mireho no gwetine mizi neti nabafire nabahurire ngiri yaza kugambira ruhanga ngo agire shi yakora igende butakashibwire butakajire hari aho kuba imwe taro kintu kibi ngo kwemberwa abantu batinire kwemberwa umuntu wobwoba umuntu atinire atachine mani nabari muzo nareba coordinator wanu po wabo kwejo mwana wanje Mr. President ukumushana promo rwo mani mnongo finally itwa bari mu struggle turwa umuntu nkogo akoba aranituka kutugendaho kimayisa ngo atongere kwerundana gukora hamwe
so that we don't be seen to nkaba kutambura sitakumanyana aho kugira ngo hagenda umuntu omwe. He was a big pillar, yes we know, but the struggle must continue. Nyoni ndiko mucyaro hari ne tawuni numundangu ndi umunyacyaro kongo mucyaro okwe nabo batamirwe kimwe. Ekizibe kibire kiriho n'obwoba cyonka kiti obwoba bwaheza kurugamu ogwature nateekateka ngo ayina abantu naza kuranze nyuma nashanga ari wenga. So Mr. President, I want to assure you that the struggle will definitely continue in this region. She may have gone, but the struggle will continue. Because we have been working together as a region, and we shall continue to push until this country is liberated. Thank you very much, and may her soul rest in peace.
Who served her country with dedication up to the last minute. A model mother that raised her children well, who are here, and gave them quality education that they are using to serve the country. A very good example to the girl child. A role model in so many aspects, especially in the arena of politics. Mama Jole represented what is good in our country. Because there are so many that represent what is bad in our country. But she stood out as the silver lining. One of my colleagues mentioned the narratives. When we came together to work as People Power and later National Unity Platform under the able leadership of our President, we were brought together by a cause and a mission. There are so many political vultures whose interest in politics is food and opportunity. And I think you have seen some of them. They say, Banu Museveni bamubanja chi. Because these are Banyankole, they have no problem with Museveni. But our involvement in public affairs and particularly politics has got nothing to do with tribe. It has got everything to do with a mission and a cause to build a better, inclusive Uganda where justice is given priority. When you read the profile of Mama Jole, she has been at the forefront of fighting for women emancipation. Women emancipation knows no tribe, knows no religion, knows no age. And if you have been following her, you would know why she would end up in an organization like National Unity Platform. And while at National Unity Platform, we have learned so many things from Mama Jole. And some of them have been hinted on. Mama Jole had no intrigue. What she told you at night is what she would tell you during the day. And she would never wait for you to leave and say what she thinks about your conduct or your actions. She spoke her mind in open in your presence. And I think as leaders, we have got lessons to pick from her. Mama Jole was a woman of honor. Bright mentioned that they were approached with favors. I'm very proud. Politics is not about identity, or shouldn't be about identity. The challenge in our country is that politics has been bastardized. It is looked at in terms of identity, looked at in terms of food, looked at in terms of opportunity. But Mama Jole stood above all that shallowness and pettiness. And she has lived an exemplary life. No wonder we are here to celebrate and honor her memory. Mama Jole was a resilient fighter. Those examples have been given. But the other thing is that she spoke with candor, regardless of your title, status in society. In the meetings we attended with these people in places of authority, she never minced her words. And I'm sure even when they cannot come out and say it, she never minced her words. She spoke her mind candidly. And it's important to know that we will all die. We cannot, there are so many things we can't be sure about, but we are certain about death. Whether you have lived for 100 years, you will certainly do what? Die. But what is important is that while you still live, because life is a privilege. There are people who die at birth, there are pregnancies that are lost, but to live is a privilege. So the privilege of life, how have you used it? Mama Joy has used the privilege of life to touch lives, to fight for justice, to fight for emancipation, and even at the last minute, to fight for the liberation of this country. So for us who still live, how are we using our lives? We have learned so many things from Mama Joy. Mama Joy would be in Mbarara. They call her in the evening, they say the meeting at 9 tomorrow, she will be in Kampala. At her age, she would be in Mbarara. But for us young people, some of us even moving, you'll be late by 1 hour or you'll not be able to come. So I think it is very, very important that we pick lessons from her. She has been a teacher. She has taught us so many things. Even from her life. A person who was widowed at a young age, raised her children with honor, took care of them, educated them, while serving the country. She has been a role model. There is an old saying that the teacher's loss of knowledge is reflected in the student's lack of it. So for us as her students, we have a duty to carry forward what we have learned from her. There is no better way of rewarding a freedom fighter like Mama Joy, like carrying forward the fight to the last end. Thank you very much, Mama Joy, for your service to the country and to us who knew you as your children, as your comrades, and as friends. May God grant you eternal rest, and may the choirs of heaven lead you into paradise. Thank you.